Welcome to this e-learning module designed to give learners the resources needed to improve their academic performance. This module was created for nursing students by the School of Nursing and Health Sciences at Robert Morris University. This project was funded by the PRIMES grant from the Health Resources Services Administration Division of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hello, I'm Jessica Kamer, Director of Online Nursing Programs at Robert Morris University. Welcome to the presentation on overcoming test anxiety. You control the exam. Test anxiety can impede your cognition, which then affects the results you have on your exam. So it is important to overcome test anxiety. Let's start with some background on test anxiety and some strategies that can be used to overcome it. Just imagine this image and think about it. There is a huge horse tied to a plastic lawn chair. Just because he's tied, he thinks he can't move. But in reality, the horse has the power to change his situation if he wants to. We all know that he can pull that chair anywhere he wants to, but in his mind, he cannot. Look at a test like the chair in the picture. You can move that chair, and you can control the test in a positive way in order to be successful. What is test anxiety? It's a psychological condition in which a person experiences distress before, during, or after an exam. Some anxiety is natural. However, in test anxiety, the anxiety causes poor performance or interferes with normal learning. For example, if it occurs during the test anxiety impedes memory recall and can cause learners to forget material or blank out while taking tests. Test anxiety can occur anytime in the spectrum of a test process, before, during, or after the exam. It is a form of performance anxiety related to academia. Many college students face test anxiety. The goal of this lesson is to alleviate some of the anxiety so that you will do better on exams. You can't eliminate test anxiety completely, but you can manage it and keep it from ruining your performance. Test anxiety is a mechanism built in to keep us alert, keep us coherent, and keep us motivated, and keep us studying. We want to learn to work with it, not eliminate it. When test anxiety occurs, the body releases adrenaline, the hormone related to people's fight or flight response. It pushes blood into key organs, preparing you to fight. When the blood vessels tighten up, breathing gets heavier to give the body more oxygen. As a result, a person feeling anxiety will feel the heart racing. They may start to sweat, their blood pressure may rise, or they could have a headache or changes in vision. These are all results of the hormone adrenaline. Helping to calm the anxiety in response will limit the release of adrenaline and help control symptoms students may feel. Negative thoughts promote test anxiety. Thinking positive, being prepared, taking care of your basic biological needs like eating and sleeping, and practicing can help to decrease the occurrence of negative thoughts and prevent test anxiety. If you've taken an exam once and you didn't do well, it can be easy to focus on this fact and start to doubt your performance on future tests. That doubt breeds anxiety. Again, studying and being prepared for the next exam can help limit this doubt that can lead to test anxiety. Talking positively and thinking positively is very important in helping to prevent test anxiety. While preparing for and while taking an exam, you should be talking positively to yourself. Remind yourself you are in control of the situation. Tell yourself you can and will do great. Remember all the time you prepared and studied to build your confidence. If a negative thought starts to occur, then turn it into a positive instead. For instance, you start to think, "Oh no, this is going to be so hard, I can't do this." Shut down that thought and tell yourself everything you've done to get ready for that test. There is a type of anticipatory anxiety. Anxiety builds as a person is preparing for the test situation and as the test approaches. If a learner has anticipatory anxiety that interferes with their study skills and ability to retain information, their retention or memory for detail goes down. Being prepared by studying and reviewing material on regular schedule can greatly help decrease anticipatory anxiety. Studying a little bit each day, completing study guides, participating in tutoring and other activities can also help control test anxiety. Poor time management skills will increase anxiety. Cramming material the night before an exam, for example, can lead to anticipatory anxiety. The physical symptoms of test anxiety include headache, nausea, vomiting, sweating, fainting, rapid heart rates, and dry mouth. Emotional symptoms can be doubt, negative thoughts, loss of memory, or blanking out. If a learner feels these symptoms coming on, they need to control them. Breathe slowly, remember positive thoughts, remind yourself of your preparation habits. Turn the energy from the anxiety back into something positive to help. Other symptoms related to anxiety are behavioral and cognitive in nature. Behavioral symptoms include fidgeting, pacing, or avoidance of the situation, procrastination. Cognitive symptoms relate to the self-doubt, like comparing your performance to others or having difficulty studying and focusing. Texting friends, updating Facebook, talking with friends, listening to the TV when studying is distracting and it doesn't help test anxiety. Keep focused and on task. Multitasking is not recommended when preparing for an exam. Taking care of personal needs is also very important in controlling test anxiety. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle, eating healthily, sleeping, exercising, and limiting nicotine and caffeine intake are all ways to meet your basic biological needs and help limit test anxiety. Remember to take time for yourself, to relax and decompress. This will help to give the mind a break from studying and to rejuvenate. Using breathing techniques when anxiety starts can be very helpful as well. Establish a breathing pattern that is calming. For example, breathe in for a count of 5 seconds, then breathe out for a count of 5 seconds. Slow, deep, steady breathing relaxes the body and can help to refocus one's attention away from the negative thoughts of anxiety. Before an exam, be prepared. Collect all supplies needed to take the test the night before. Create a plan for when to get up, when to eat, and how to get everything needed done the night before. Do not rush around trying to get things together the morning of an exam. If you've never been to the testing location before, look up directions and plan your drive. If you can, you may want to do a practice drive before the exam day comes. Try to get to the location of the test on time, maybe even a little bit earlier, so that you're not rushed and can settle down before the test starts. Sit down, relax, and breathe deeply before it begins. Avoid looking at the material right before the test or talking to anybody, because that can increase anxiety and decrease focus. Sometimes you cannot go to the restroom or leave the room during the exam. You may want to go to the bathroom before the test begins. Remind family and friends that you will be unavailable during testing time. Before the test, use the breathing techniques to help you relax and help you get into the mindset to take the exam. When you're taking the test, as soon as you sit down, take your deep breath. Believe that you're ready to be successful on this test. Read the directions carefully to make sure you understand them. Make sure you know what is expected in the directions and create a plan to complete the test. Also, focus only on the test while taking it. Don't look around the room. Don't worry about who's getting up, who's finishing, and when. If you find your mind wandering, remind yourself to refocus on the test. Put your head down, take a few deep breaths, get yourself back into the mindset of taking this exam if needed. Encouragement from family and friends really does help. Talk to them and have them help you think positively. Anxious students say they feed off of each other's anxiety, and it can make it worse. Avoid this. Praise each other. Give encouragement. We have to say, "You did really well. I'm really proud of you." Don't compete with other students. If you didn't do well, your family and friends can help comfort you and give you suggestions to help you feel good and improve your performance. If you didn't do as well as you had liked on the test, reflect on what you can do to improve for the next exam. Maybe your study skills were off. Don't be ashamed. Turn that sense of failure into positive energy. How do you know if you have test anxiety? You can have test anxiety if you answer yes to 4 or more of the following questions. There are alternative strategies and options to help control test anxiety. Humor, if you like humor, has been shown to help reduce anxiety levels in learners before an exam. Laughing releases endorphins. Endorphins in your body are a natural opiate that make you feel good about yourself and happy. Guided imagery can be effective because it keeps the mind focused on something comforting and positive. The knowledge and the power to succeed reside within you, and you can use them anytime you need to overcome test anxiety.